Humans can't even lift a plasma blade, the alien instructor sneered. How primitive. The class erupted in snickers. Dozens of alien cadets, each from a different corner of the galaxy, gleamed with pride in their bio-armors, scales, and shimmering hides. Only one student sat quietly, arms folded, expression unreadable. The lone human exchange student, Kale Duran. The Intergalactic Academy of Xenocultural Warfare was no place for Earthlings, and everyone knew it. Kale was the Academy's oddity, a curiosity invited as part of some diplomatic experiment. The aliens viewed him as a relic of a dying species that had refused to join the Galactic Union. Kale didn't argue. He just listened, studied, and smiled when they mocked him. Duran, the instructor, a massive reptilian named Commander Xerix, barked, "If you're so quiet, perhaps you'd like to demonstrate your species' strength. Activate the relic." The room fell silent. In the center of the training hall stood the war relic, a towering ancient construct from a forgotten war, older than the Academy itself. It had resisted activation for centuries. Many had tried. None had succeeded. Kael stood up slowly. "Sure," he said, stepping forward. The aliens muttered among themselves, already anticipating his failure. The relic loomed before him, humanoid in shape, but covered in alien inscriptions that glowed faintly like veins of fire beneath metal skin. Kale placed a hand on its cold surface. For a moment, nothing happened. Then something stirred in the back of his mind, a whisper, low and rhythmic, not in Galactic Common, not in any known tongue. A voice from the void. His eyes narrowed. The ancient words rose unbidden from his memory, syllables his ancestors had buried in classified archives long before humanity's contact with the stars. "Tereth Solon Kydron," he said. The sound echoed through the hall. The relic's eyes flared with golden light. Every alien froze. The air thrummed with energy. The relic straightened its back, servos whining, and then, before the stunned audience, it saluted. "Orders received, General," it said in a deep metallic voice. The silence that followed was absolute. Even the hum of the Academy's ventilation system seemed to vanish. Commander Xerex's frilled head tilted. "What did it call you?" he hissed. Kale shrugged, feigning confusion. "General, I think?" The relic knelt on one knee, lowering its head, awaiting deployment directives. The alien cadets scrambled to their feet, some shouting, others backing away. The relic's armor bore the insignia of the old Earth Dominion, a military faction that had vanished millennia ago after the Great Collapse. That language, the ancient dead tongue, was forbidden, its very existence erased from galactic databases. "How do you know that language, human?" Xerix demanded. "It's been dead for 10,000 cycles." Kael looked at him evenly. "Maybe not as dead as you think." The relic's core pulsed like a heartbeat, scanning the surroundings. Hostile entities detected. Defensive protocols active. The cadets jumped back as the construct raised one arm, projecting a holographic map of the galaxy. Red zones blinked across several sectors, including the Academy's own quadrant. "What is that?" a blue-scaled student whispered. Kale's voice was calm, almost casual. "War records," he said. "Looks like my ancestors didn't lose after all." The relic turned its glowing eyes toward him again. "General, your command structure is incomplete. Shall I reinitialize planetary command nodes?" Xerix lunged forward. "Stop that thing! Shut it down!" But the relic ignored him. "Awaiting Earth Military Authority confirmation," it boomed. Kale hesitated only a second before answering. "Confirmed." The relic's chest opened, revealing a pulsing core that began transmitting waves of data into the Academy's network. Lights flickered. Systems rebooted. Holograms across the room shifted into formation charts, battle plans, and coded signals written in human script no alien had ever seen. "You can't do this," Xerix shouted. "This is an academy, not a battlefield." Kale turned to him. "Then maybe you should have read the curriculum better," he said. The relic's voice deepened. "Human command restored. Fleet recognition protocols active. Awaiting reintegration with orbital assets." The aliens began to panic. Some fled the hall, others tried to shut off their data pads. but the human encryption had already spread. Kale didn't move. His expression was calm but sharp, as though he had expected this all along. The whispers of the relic filled the room, speaking of wars long past, of the Dominion's last stand, and of generals who vowed to return when humanity was ready. The aliens had laughed at the idea that humans once ruled sectors of the galaxy. Now, faced with the proof, their laughter died. Kale looked around, meeting their wide, uncertain eyes. "You wanted a demonstration," he said quietly. "There it is." The relic's massive frame rotated toward the far wall, its sensors locking onto the Academy's main control node. "General, incoming transmission detected, encrypted in pre-Union tactical code. Decoding now." Kyle frowned slightly. "Pre-Union? That's Earth's old deep command signal range." "Signal confirmed," the relic said. Message reads, "Welcome back, Commander. The fleet has been waiting." The aliens gaped. Commander Xerx's voice trembled for the first time. "That can't be real. Humanity doesn't have fleets. They were exiled beyond the rim." Kale smiled faintly. "Maybe we just stopped sending postcards." The relic's eyes flashed brighter. "Reactivation sequence complete. Earth Dominion assets online. Shall I deploy orbital recon units?" The Academy walls shuddered as old defense turrets, long thought decorative, powered on. Alien students ducked under tables. Kale raised a hand. "Hold deployment." The relic froze, awaiting command. The silence returned. Thick, heavy, uncertain. Kale looked around at the faces of those who had mocked him hours ago. "Lesson 1, he said softly. "Never underestimate a human's history." The relic's head turned slightly toward him. "General orders?" Kale exhaled slowly, his gaze drifting toward the vast windows where stars shimmered like watchful eyes. "We're not at war yet," he murmured. "But let's see who remembers us first." The relic's hum echoed through the training hall, a low, steady rhythm like the pulse of an ancient engine awakening from centuries of sleep. The alien cadets whispered among themselves, fear mixing with fascination. Commander Xerx's clawed hand trembled as he tapped his communicator. "Security, seal the chamber." But the doors refused to close. The Academy's own systems, now overwritten by the relic's code, obeyed only one authority, Kale Duran. Outside, alarms blared in alien tongues. The entire Academy was on lockdown. Kale's classmates huddled near the far wall, staring at him as if seeing him for the first time. "You were supposed to be a simple human," hissed Lathara, a violet-skinned student from the Vorn species. "How can you control a relic of the Dominion?" Kale gave a small shrug. "I didn't control it. It recognized me." "That's impossible," Xerx barked. "No human could have ancestral clearance for Dominion tech. They were eradicated before your species left the cradle." Kale didn't answer. He was too focused on the holographic display now hovering above the relic's core, a map expanding outward, showing human fleet signals blinking to life one after another across forgotten sectors. Some of those sectors were near the front lines of current alien conflicts. "The Dominion never died," Kale said quietly. "They hid." The relic turned its golden gaze toward him. "General, command structures reactivating. Planetary databases indicate current host civilizations are of non-Dominion descent. Do you wish to begin reclamation?" The alien cadets gasped. "Reclamation?" Lathara shouted. "You mean conquest?" Kale's expression darkened. "No, I mean remembering who really started the stars." The relic paused, then adjusted its parameters. Directive updated. Reconnaissance and diplomatic subroutines engaged. Xerx stepped forward, his tail lashing. "You're playing with things you don't understand, human." That language, those commands, belonged to a time of extinction wars. The relic's protocol could destabilize the entire sector. KL looked him in the eye. "Maybe it's time your sector remembered what war really is." Before Xerx could respond, the holographic map shifted again. A new signal blinked, faint but undeniable, approaching from deep space. The relic's tone changed. "Incoming fleet, identification, human dominion, estimated arrival in 3 cycles." Every alien in the room went silent. Even the hum of the relic seemed to pause. Kale's heart skipped. 3 cycles, he repeated. That's impossible. There's no record of any human fleet within 10 sectors. Correction, said the Relic. Records suppressed by Galactic Union after Earth's withdrawal. Dominion assets maintain stealth operations in uncharted systems. The Academy trembled as orbital sensors picked up movement. Massive constructs cloaked beyond detection range, now flickering into visibility as the Relic transmitted beacon codes. This can't be happening, whispered Lithara. If your people are truly returning, the Union will retaliate. They'll never allow an ancient military force to reappear. Kale turned toward her, his expression calm but unreadable. Maybe they won't have a choice. Outside, the Academy's artificial sky began to darken as energy signatures rippled across the horizon. A voice echoed through the comm system, mechanical, ancient, and unmistakably human. To all Dominion loyalists, this is the fleet carrier, Helios Prime. We have received your signal. Awaiting further instruction, command authorization. General Kale Duran. The aliens stared at him in horror. They're calling you command authority, Zerix roared. You're no general, you're a student. Then maybe someone should update their databases, Kale said. The Relic's eyes flared. Orders, General? Kale hesitated, the weight of the moment pressing down like gravity. His ancestors had built weapons that could rewrite the stars. The aliens had forgotten that humans were once conquerors, not wanderers. But Kyle wasn't sure if bringing back that history was the right move. Hold position, he said finally. No aggression until further notice. Acknowledged, said the Relic. Fleet entering standby orbit. The lights of the Academy flickered again as communication relays reconnected. Across the alien homeworld, government channels began broadcasting emergency alerts. The appearance of an unknown fleet, bearing ancient human insignia, was already causing panic. Kyle's name would soon spread beyond the Academy. He wasn't ready for that. You've doomed us all, Lithara said softly. If your fleet attacks, the Union will respond with full-scale annihilation. They won't attack, Kale replied. Not unless someone gives them a reason. And what if they see your existence as reason enough? She shot back. Kyle didn't answer. The Relic turned toward him once more. General, secondary directive detected. Archived orders from Dominion High Command. Upon reactivation, ensure humanity's supremacy in all sectors. Do you wish to override? Kale's jaw tightened. Override, he said. We're not conquerors anymore. Override accepted, said the Relic, though its tone carried something like hesitation, if machines could feel doubt. Commander Zerix looked at him strangely now, less with hatred than wary curiosity. Perhaps you are not the enemy I thought you were, human. But your kind always builds weapons they cannot control. Tell me, what happens when your fleet decides it doesn't need you? Kyle's silence was answer enough. The Relic suddenly shifted again, projecting another feed. Images from orbit. The massive ships, sleek and dark, were positioning themselves in a protective ring around the planet. And then, from the fleet's flagship, a new voice emerged over the channel. General Duran, this is Admiral Rain. We've been waiting centuries for your return. The Union's eyes are already on us. Do we proceed with the contingency? Kale looked up at the ceiling as if he could see through it, beyond the Academy dome, into the stars. Not yet, Admiral, he said. We're still surrounded by people who think we're ghosts. Let's not confirm it just yet. Understood, the Admiral replied. But General, the Union has mobilized. Their armadas are already en route. Zyrix's eyes widened. They're coming here? Yes, said Kale. They're coming for me. The Relic's light dimmed for a moment, as if absorbing the tension. General, would you like to activate planetary defense protocols? Kale exhaled slowly. No defenses, yet. I want to talk to them first. You can't negotiate with the Union, Lithara said. They fear humans more than anything. The old wars nearly destroyed half the galaxy. Kale's eyes narrowed. Then maybe they need to remember why. The Relic hummed again, the floor vibrating beneath their feet as the Academy's systems synchronized with the approaching human fleet. Across the galaxy, data networks lit up with the same message, repeated in hundreds of languages. Human dominion reactivated. The stars outside burned a little brighter, as though the universe itself had awakened to something it had tried to forget. The Academy's skies tore open in streaks of light as the Union's fleets arrived, their warships casting long shadows across the alien capital. Sirens blared, civilians fled, and the once proud institution of learning became the center of a brewing intergalactic standoff. KL stood on the Academy's upper terrace, the relic towering beside him like a silent guardian. Holographic screens surrounded them, broadcasting live feeds of the growing armada above. The Union's flagship, the Sovereign Light, anchored itself in orbit, its energy cannons charging. Kyle's communicator crackled. "General Duran, this is Admiral Rain. The Union has declared your relic an illegal weapon. They've issued a demand for unconditional surrender." Kale stared at the horizon. "And if I refuse, they'll open fire on the Academy." A voice broke through from behind him. It was Commander Zerix. "If you fight, this planet dies. If you surrender, your people vanish again." Kale turned slowly. "Then we find another way." The relic's eyes glowed brighter, scanning the sky. "General, the Union's fleet is deploying ground units. Shall I neutralize them?" Kale hesitated, then clenched his fists. "No killing. Just disable their systems." "Understood." The relic raised its hand toward the sky, energy rippling outward like a wave through the atmosphere. Instantly, hundreds of Union ships flickered and powered down, their weapons silenced without a single explosion. The alien cadets watching from below gasped as the enormous fleet hung motionless, like toys suspended in time. Kale's voice echoed through the Academy speakers, calm and resolute. "This isn't about war. It's about memory. Humanity isn't a threat. We're a reminder." The relic's signal expanded beyond the planet, broadcasting archived Dominion data, the original human treaties, exploration logs, and the founding of the Galactic Union itself. Across thousands of systems, species watched as the truth unfolded. Humanity had not been erased, only forgotten. "We built the stars together," Kale said, "and we can do it again." The Union's fleet began transmitting back, not with weapons, but with requests to communicate. The stalemate cracked, not through battle, but through revelation. For the first time in centuries, humans were not ghosts or myths. They were leaders once more. Admiral Rain's face appeared on the holographic feed. "Orders, General?" she asked. Kale looked out at the alien world beneath him, at the students who had once mocked him and now watched in awe. "Stand down," he said. "We're not here to reclaim. We're here to return." The relic lowered its arm, its energy fading to a gentle hum. The Union ships powered back on, their weapons offline. Commander Zerix approached cautiously. "You could have destroyed them all," he said. "Why didn't you?" Kale smiled faintly. "Because history already tried that once. I'd rather start something better." The relic's head tilted. "General, Dominion protocols complete." Awaiting final directive, Kale looked toward the stars and whispered, "Sleep now. Humanity will lead again, but this time with peace." The relic's core dimmed, its massive frame bowing once more before falling silent. A statue beneath the dawn. Across the galaxy, the phrase spread like wildfire. The human dominion has returned, not as conquerors, but as builders of tomorrow. And for the first time in 1,000 years, the universe listened. 5 sentences later, the relic was sealed beneath the Academy as a symbol of unity. Kyle remained as both student and ambassador, bridging 2 eras. The fleets withdrew, and the stars seemed quieter. Humanity had returned to the galactic stage, this time not with fear, but with purpose. And in the Academy where it all began, peace had finally learned a new language. Did you like today's story? Then catch our posts at 3 p.m. Eastern Time daily. Unfold more intergalactic stories with Professor Space.